This week on the Spotlight, the cool and collected manager Robin Ventura, a far cry from recent years. And then Alex Rios, back on track, happily talking about hitting the baseball. Then we flash back. Remember the Bulls and Knicks in the playoffs? They were the enemy. And a great Chicago name, Chris Chelios, talks hockey. This week on the Spotlight. Check out my website, benkowski.com, for my weekly article and up-to-the-minute trivia sites. From wherever Chicago's sports teams are making news, this is the 23rd year of the Lansing Floral Sports Spotlight. Flowers for every imaginable occasion at Lansing Floral Shop. Call them at 708-474-1212. They deliver. Get to Kelly's Tavern for Benkowski Trivia, Friday, May 18th at 8 p.m., and again on June 1st at 8 p.m. It's at 44th and Wallace. Come out and play. You'll have a great time. Bring your friends. Get everybody to Kelly's Tavern, 44th and Wallace. Want to get a haircut from a great hairstylist? Call mine, Rose Murillo, 312-726-2201. With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. Be safe with Sureway Insurance Company, 3312 North Milwaukee. Call my friend Jean at 773-282-2022. She has the answers on your auto, home, business, life coverage, including SR22 coverage drivers. Call Sureway Insurance.
Hi, my name is Rose, and I've been a skilled hairstylist for over 10 years. I specialize in men's haircuts and in corrective color. Come visit me at Salon 203 at 203 North LaSalle, 312-726-2201. And while you're at it, come in and get a shoe shine and a shave. It's a great place where a man can be a man. Since 1967, El Jardín has been serving the finest Mexican food. Before, after, or during ball games, located conveniently just 3 blocks south of Wrigley Field, 3335 North Clark. Whether there's a game or not, you still get hungry, and El Jardín has great service, great food, and great drinks. I've enjoyed every meal I've had there, and you will too. So get to El Jardín for great Mexican food at 3335 North Clark Street in Chicago. You'll be glad you did. We're back on the Spotlight. It's time to talk White Sox. Beautiful weather is here. Thank God. As we start the 25th year of the Sports Spotlight show. Boy, I never thought those words would come out of my mouth. But it's true. Our show began May 18th, 1988. And real quick, I'll give you a little history lesson. Leon Durham was still playing for the Chicago Cubs. He had been replaced by Mark Grace. Leon Durham told me I got a lot to say, and it was going to be a blast on Cubs management, I think. But when I went downstairs to explain to Leon Durham how to get to where the show is being taped, back in the day, we did a lot more stuff in the sports bars. I can't go. I've been traded to the Cincinnati Reds. Crazy things ensued. I ended up with 2 young pitchers who just got called up from the minors. And we saved the day, we saved the show, and we've had buena suerte ever since. Of course, we're on show 1,249 here, and it's been a labor of love. So let's continue with another new thing. Robin Ventura as manager. And I've jokingly referred to him as the quiet man. He was soft-spoken as a player. He's pretty reserved as a manager, but he certainly has opinions, and we've kind of enjoyed the way he is very active in the pregame workout, and he answers any and all questions. Not as loud or long as Ozzie. Here's Robin. You're about a quarter of the way into the season. Can you kind of assess your own performance and maybe talk?
Terrible.
Oh, and let's not be extreme.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to sit back and try and assess what I'm doing. It's about coming here every day and trying to do the right thing. And that's all I'm trying to do. I'm not going to give myself a grade. I have bosses that'll do that. If it's not going well, I won't be here very long.
Well, I mean, what about the learning curve? How do you feel about command of the managing position?
I feel fine. I mean, there's things that you go through. I think the most important part is the staff that you have and how you interact, the questions, the going back and forth of ideas of how things can work better, and what's worked, what didn't work. Those things are important. I think that's the part that until you're in this position, you don't understand. And I'm getting better at it.
Robin, you played in both leagues. Is there anything more intriguing or difficult in one league than the other in terms of strategy, as a manager?
It's different. We don't have the DH, but in some cases the American League. I mean, people say the National League's harder because you have double switches and things like that, but it also allows you to make obvious moves when a pitcher's coming up. You take him out because he's got a hit. In the American League, you make moves because you make moves. There's no automatics of taking a pitcher out because his time of hitting is coming up, and there would be a double switch that would happen because of that. So in the American League, when you make a move, it's because you're making a move, and there's a reason for it, not just it's kind of the time dictates it.
You think bullpen guys stay fresher because of the automatic outs?
They could. I mean, it's a tougher lineup to go through in the American League because you got the DH, and the DH is usually a pretty good hitter. So it makes it different of a pitcher going through that lineup. He can't get through 7 and 8 and think he can pitch around 7 and 8 to get to 9.
Speaking of DH, how much do you intend to include Adam, and what about the outfield for him?
He'll play left field. He'll play left field regularly. There's no DH, so he's not DHing.
All 3 games?
Right, yeah. I mean, I would imagine. I can't guarantee it 100%, but I can say I would like him to, yes.
There's a heavier reliance on pitch count now than when you were playing. Do you subscribe to that? What are your feelings?
Yeah, I mean, there's things that you kind of stick with, and I think organizationally we talk about, and that's important. It's important to be able to watch guys, and part of it's their competitiveness of wanting to stay in, and some of it you got to scale back. Obviously, Chris is on a different thing than everybody else, and just watching him, but he's still going to go out and get around that 100 pitch mark, and sometimes be over it, sometimes be under it.
What's about Jake to this point of the season and what he's brought for you?
He's been great. I mean, I don't know if there's any more you can say about him. He's been great, and not only on the mound, but just what he does as far as being a veteran on this team and on a staff. He's everything that you would want.
What's the key to being a more dominant home team? I know when you played, you certainly won the bulk of your home games. But how do you get that back?
You just play better. I mean, I don't think there's any magic dust that you can just play better at home. It's, again, the routine you're in and all that. I don't know if there's a reason for it, but you do want to play better at home. Hopefully we do that.
Jesse's back. Is he full go?
Yeah.
Is Addison able to throw today?
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you.
Since 1955, Rosangela's Pizza has been there for you at 95th and California, across from Little Company Mary Hospital. You can call them at 708-422-2041. Everything homemade, including the sauce. Great beef and meatball sandwiches, pasta, chicken, seafood, desserts. Dine in for lunch and dinner. Rosangela's, 95th and California. Come play in the area's classiest billiard center, Jukebox Billiards, 7910 Calumet Avenue in Munster, 2 blocks south of 8094. Selling the most famous names of pool tables and billiard equipment. Specializing in table recovery and moving of tables. A complete pro shop with the most brand names of cues and cases. Celebrating over 20 years. Excellence. Top billiard tables. The place where the action is. Jukebox Billiards. 7910 Calumet in Munster. You've got to get to Shelton Fireworks, the world's largest warehouse, off Interstate 94, exit 22B in Porter, Indiana. Row after row of the best fireworks anywhere, from the little ones to the grand finales that'll end your show. Birthdays, anniversaries, graduations, in addition to the 4th of July,
Just get over there to Shelton Fireworks now. Then you can reload by the time summer comes. Shelton Fireworks, I-94, exit 22B in Portage. Bring your car to Quick Stop Muffler and Brake at 95th and Pulaski, and they'll fix it right. They also do shocks and struts, free estimates. Call them at 708-423-3700. They're very thorough in their work, and they have very competitive pricing. Quick Stop Muffler and Brake, 95th and Pulaski. We're back in the spotlight. We're talking White Sox. And a guy who has been up and down during his White Sox career, and thankfully is up right now, is Alex Rios. He's made the switch to right field, but as we will learn, it might be the more comfortable spot for him. He's off to a solid start in the heart of the order, and things are looking up for the, how should I say, sometimes misunderstood potential all-star outfielder. And we have a nice conversation with him, and he answers everything to the best of his ability. We're back on the spotlight. We're talking White Sox, and the weather is heating up. Certainly, I think you as a hitter have to enjoy this situation. Beautiful day game, and you guys are playing pretty well against the teams in your division.
Oh well, yeah. When the heat comes up a little bit, it makes it so much easier for us hitters to feel better. But we've been playing all right. We've been playing pretty good. We got a couple of young guys, some young guys that are new in the league, and they need to get some experience. But we're doing pretty good, even though we have those young kids. But with the mixture of young kids and veteran guys, we're doing pretty fine.
One thing that is usually a mark of a team that's in good shape is when the heart of the order is clicking. And you, Adam, and PK have all got off to nice starts, and this has to be a good feeling for you.
Oh yeah, obviously Adam he's woken up and he's doing pretty good. Actually he's one of the best hitters in the league already. And PK, he's the most consistent of us all. And it's good when we have the core working together and the young guys pitching in too. So it's a good combination, and it's been all right.
Now, as a veteran guy, tell us your thoughts on De Aza, not only as a guy next to you in the outfield, but as a guy who's doing a pretty good job getting on base and setting the table.
Yeah, he's a pretty good hitter, as you can see. He knows his role. He knows situations and know how to hit in different situations. So in the outfield also, he's a quick guy. He's got it all. He's got it going on right now, and having him in center, it's a big advantage. He covers a lot of ground, and he knows his stuff.
But you covered a lot of ground too. I remember you looking very fluid in center field, and he's doing okay certainly. But was it a hard transition for you to move over because you did so well there?
Well, no. I've played right field for a while, and back in the days in Toronto, that's where I played, and it feels pretty comfortable to me playing in right. It feels almost like home, and it's something that it wasn't a big transition, because like I said, I've played it for quite a while, and it's not that bad.
Two last questions. Pitching-wise, your starters have been very solid, and these new young relievers have had some great games. What is your impression of your pitching staff?
We have great. It's a good pitching staff. We have PB. PB's doing a great job. Danks he's had a couple of rough outings, but he's good. He's got good stuff, and he's a dominant pitcher. So overall, it's a pretty solid rotation, and the bullpen we have some young arms, strong arms that whenever we need them, they just come in and do their job. They obviously they're young, and some of them need to get a little more experience, but they'll get it, and we'll work on it.
And to wrap up, you couldn't have a more different manager than Ozzie than you have in Robin. I call him the quiet man. On the other hand, even though he's not a big loud talker, I see him, talking to people around the cage and, playing a little catch. He seems very personal with each player.
Yeah, he's Ozzy and him are two different persons. They have different personalities. Robin is a very quiet guy, like you said, like you mentioned, and but he knows what he's doing, and he's very sociable. He's talking to the guys and quite often, and he's it's been good so far. Having him and having him as a manager.
Well, you're in contention. Keep doing what you're doing. We'll be watching for you to be one of the guys when you come to bat. The other team's nervous because there's men on base and they're afraid you're going to double down the line. Thank you.
Right,
keep it up.
All right, thank you.
We'll be back with more after these words.
With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. Huck Finn is open. You've got to get to Lansing Floral Shop. Open at 8 a.m. daily. Besides a great array of live flowers, they have custom silks, Bridgewater candles. They want you to plan your parties early at a wide delivery area. They're located at 3420 Ridge Road in Lansing, or you can call 708-474-1212. Weddings, funerals, birthdays, anniversaries, and guys, try the No Reason flower. Believe me, it works. Lansing Floral Shop. Give them a call, 708-474-1212. Kelly's Tavern has Benkowski Trivia near Sox Park at 44th and Wallace on selected Friday nights. It's usually 2 Fridays a month. Come out and play, bring some friends, have fun, tip back a few at Kelly's Tavern, 44th and Wallace. Be looking for you. Come play in the area's classiest billiard center, Jukebox Billiards, 7910 Calumet Avenue in Munster, 2 blocks south of 8094. Selling the most famous names of pool tables and billiard equipment. Specializing in table recovery and moving of tables. A complete pro shop with the most brand names of cues and cases. Celebrating over 20 years. Excellence. Top billiard tables. The place where the action is. Jukebox Billiards. 7910 Calumet in Munster. It seems that your approach is different here in 1993. It seems like you're going after hitters a little bit more. And when you do get in trouble, you work yourself out of it, and you're shooting to go 7, 8, 9 innings.
Yeah, basically it's not just because I'm like staying with one pitch. I'm using all my 4 pitches at any given situation. I might go with my fastball 1 inning, and the next inning I might just go with off-speed stuff. I just feel real good about all my quality 4 pitches, and that makes a difference when you're confident with all 4 pitches. You're able to throw them for strikes at any given time in the game.
You're pitching with Karko more than you ever have in your career, as he has taken over the regular job. Well, how does that work out, and what effect does that have on you?
Well, I guess it's kind of different because Kark and I are pretty much best friends on the team, and it works. It's pretty unique. We get along good. He knows what he needs to do to help me through when I'm struggling, when I'm not locating. He knows what I need to do. Same, I think, as Pudge right now. They're both learning what they need to do for me to make me a better pitcher, and that really helps out there during the game situation.
What's the one thing that you can point to in 93 that you like best about what you've done, what you've developed?
Throw strikes. It's a key, and not only my fastball. Throw strikes with my off-speed stuff behind the count, and that's one of my biggest reasons why I've been successful is because I've been throwing strikes behind the count with my off-speed stuff, and when you do that, it's tough for a hitter to sit on one pitch.
Now that the hitting has heated up, and man, it really has heated up in the last couple weeks, do you see that the hitter's carrying the pitching staff a little bit for a while, or do you think the pitchers are going to say, you guys don't need to do it, we'll be glad to win an 8-2 ball game?
Well, I mean, you can never ask for too much hitting. You got to keep on hitting because there's gonna be nights that we're gonna give up runs, but there's gonna be nights that we're gonna shut out a team, or we're gonna give up 1 or 2 runs, and hitting's not gonna be there as it has happened before. So we got to pick each other up. I don't think it's going to be a one-way dimensional game. I think our pitching will mix with our hitting, and our hitting will mix with our pitching. I think we have a good mixture here.
To wrap up, California was not a team a lot of people expected to be challenging because of their youth and a variety of other problems, but here they are, you know, the team on your tail. Who do you see as the true team to beat before 93 is over?
Honestly, we're definitely a team to beat, I think, because we got a great team. But there's not one team that I could say in this division that's out of it. There's no, because Kansas City has a great team, Seattle has a good team, and Bosio has been out, and they have a great team. Oakland could put some runs up. I mean, it's hard to say that there's one team that's going to really give us. I think everybody's going to give us a tough match. We just got to take it one game, take 2 out of 3 out of everybody, 3 out of 4 out of everybody. We're going to be okay. We just got to keep on playing everybody as hard as we can.
Salerno's Restaurant and Pizzeria at Grand and Racine is the place to go before United Center Pavilion, Bulls, Hawks, Cubs, and Sox too. Dine in or carry out with great family recipes, including homemade pastas, steaks, seafood, a great fun bar area. Meet people, have a tremendous time. At Salerno's Restaurant and Pizzeria, Grand and Racine, you'll find a great variety of foods for you to enjoy at Salerno's.
Go play at Red Shoes Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski in Alsip, featuring 16 Brunswick Gold Crown pool tables, drop fluorescent lighting fixtures, and the fabulous grade of cloth. Call 708-388-3700. That's Red Shoe Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski.
Lanigan's Irish Pub is the place to be at 3119 West 111th Street, right by Kedzie. Live music on Sunday with Fast Eddie. Drink specials daily, including $1.50 domestic bottles on Thursday, $3 Guinness on Tuesday. Call for karaoke information on Friday. Party room, too. All that available at Lanigan's Irish Pub, 3119 West 111th Street on the beautiful south side of Chicago. Get there, Lanigan's Irish Pub. Lindy's Chili, Gertie's Ice Cream at 110th and Kedzie has it all. From fresh-made burgers, fries, hot dogs, chicken, turkey, Polish, shrimp, tuna, barbecue, ham, tamales, quesadillas. They've got salads and plenty of ice cream with sundaes, banana splits, and seasonal favorites. Get all these things at Lindy's Chili, which is where I start, but I always get a little something extra, at 110th and Kedzie.
Back on the spotlight, and Jeremy Roenick's breakaway goal was certainly a highlight from last Monday night's victory at Detroit. Are we rubbing it in? How about at Belfort, rubbing it in the face of Bob Probert? That had to be highlight number 2 for sure. Jocelyn Lemieux, though, was throwing his weight around. In the series against St. Louis, too, here he smashes Bob McGill, the ex-Hawk, and they both fall like 10 pins. Watch this slick move on a popped-up puck. Larmer battling with Roenick, but Stevie scores it, if you remember. And then Chris Chelios, unfortunately, catches it, according to his description in the papers, in the berries, and is going to take a little break here from the action. It was a very tough night for the Hawks, but a victory is a victory. Now, meanwhile, on Tuesday at the Franklin Park Ice Arena, a somewhat different crew working out. Coach Daryl Sutter talked with me at length about the Blackhawks' plans and their success in the first 8 games or so, citing discipline as a key. Also, this is the man now who in 1985 scored 2 overtime goals to help eliminate the North Stars, saying last year's frustrating loss was a key to learning their lesson. Some of the Hawks on hand. Eddie the Eagle. Belfort thrives on the work. So does Dominic Hasek. And the secret weapon, Michel Goulet. Where has he been? I predict you'll see him before the Red Wings series is over. A psychological boost. The tough guys, they should be in action. And scoring practice, very important. That's why I'm picking the Hawks in 6 to clinch it at home. Doesn't matter which big Western team they face. I think the Hawks may well be their year. Just ask this youngster. Son of Coach Daryl Sutter.
You know, things change so much over the course of the season with injuries and personality conflicts, and that had a lot to play with the changes we went through last year, with the 10 changes we went through last year. So, you know, you have to prove yourself on the ice. That's what Mike's looking for, and if you're working hard and you play the Hawk style of hockey that he likes, you're going to play. If you don't, you're not going to play. You'll be on the bench, or you know, there's no room for you on the team.
Well, it seems simple, seems direct, but
A lot of the media seems to have a problem with it. What do you think about the media's treatment of Mike Keenan?
Well, Mike's a pretty outspoken coach. I think that everything he can attribute to is just his desire to win, and he hates to lose. And Mike sometimes carries it overboard, but that's just Mike Keenan hockey, and his record speaks for itself. He's been a successful coach. He's coached international. He's coached Team Canada twice now to their championship, and I think he turned around the Blackhawks for the better 3-4 years ago when he started the job. So, like I said, sometimes when you lose, you overreact, and that just happens, and you just have to back him. And he's representing the Blackhawks, and we have to stand behind him, and we got to play for Mike Keenan and the Blackhawks.
Yeah, we wanted to do a better job on the boards than we did. I think they out-rebounded us, but I'll take the win. I thought we played hard, we played intense, and we got the job done.
Patrick, you send some sort of message here to the Bulls?
I don't worry about messages, just as long as we win.
Patrick, again, you on the free throw line. There have been troubles earlier in the season, and you stepped up both times and nailed both of them. The clutch. And you putting the team on your shoulders in the second half, you continued it even there at the line.
I'm just doing what they pay me to do, play hard and trying to help my team win.
Patrick, how about the fact this is the first win for you in this building?
Feels good. Perfect time for it to come.
What was the biggest challenge for you personally tonight?
The biggest challenge? Winning. This is, the Chicago's an outstanding team. We know what they're capable of doing. Like the man said, we haven't won here in a couple of years. We just had to stay focused and come in and do it, get the job done. And I'm very happy that, we did it. And we got this one under our belt. Now we have another one on Thursday.
Guys, we can't get too excited because, tell you the truth, hey, those guys tough. They got the best home court, one of the best home court records, and definitely the best road record. So we know they're going to be coming back, charged up, ready to play us. What we have to do is come back and get the same type of effort.
When we talked this morning, you were saying we got to play our game, we got to control everything, and you guys were able to do that.
Yeah, we did it pretty much. Anytime you can score and force the other team to walk up and go through their half-court plays, you got a better chance than opposed to them getting out on the break and getting a lot of dunks. I don't think they got any dunks except for Horace Grant. So, that's a compliment in itself because Mike is going to get, 2, 3, 4 dunks.
Xavier, what was the difference tonight for you in winning?
Well, defense was always the key to us. I think they beat us by 1 on the boards tonight, but what we have to do is get back on the boards and we can out-rebound them and play tough defense on them. We feel we got a good chance.
Do you think you escaped that Pippen fact?
Did I escape the Pippen fact? Hey, like I say, I play anybody in America. I don't care who they are. You got to give Scotty his due. He's come into his own, especially over the last year and a half. And I played against him a lot of times before, and I try not to do anything different, to get up on him and hope that he missed a lot of shots to get my hand up.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week. This week's show has been brought to you by the Lansing Floral Shop.
Call for your flowers at 708-474-1212. Huck Finn, a great wide-ranging menu, along with donuts and ice cream. Open 24 hours at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero.
Imprint Graphics, leaders in booklet, perfect bound saddle stitch. Very competitive pricing, 708-396-1010.